see it. Class warfare, the only resort to right-wing doom? It's worth it. How to talk to your right-wing relatives, friends, and neighbors, and other books written by Egberto Willis. Welcome to Politics Done Right. My name is Egberto Willis, your host. Good morning, Houston. Good morning, Harris County. Good morning to the great state of Texas. Good morning to the United States of America. Good morning to the entire world receiving our signals via the magic of El Internet, formerly known as the ARPANET, created by whom? Created by we the people. We the people. And who will control it again, once again, as we do what we must? We the people. Anyway, without further ado, let's send it to El Estudio, El Señor Jacques Van Beva and Howard Reynolds. Buenos días, mis hermanos.
And good morning, Egberto. It is Friday morning at the radio, the 20th of February, 2026. We have made it into the second month, almost the full second month here, and we have good news. That we're in Fund Drive, of course. And I think I'll just let Sandy tell you the good news this morning.
Okay, I want to hear good news.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe he's off getting coffee somewhere.
No, I'm right here. I'm just trying to dream up what the good news is. It's National Cherry Pie Day. That's good news.
Well, that's part of it.
And we're getting very near the 50% mark on our winter fund drive. That's good news. 527 donations have now totaled $86,486 as we begin day number 9 of our winter fund drive, looking for a $500 goal to help us along. And gee, if we could do $1,014 on this show, we will be at the 50% mark. Is that a lot to ask, or is that too much to say? Is it really Friday?
It's Good Friday. Fridays are good. Yeah.
Yes, that is good news. We made it this far.
I would say that,
What you got today, Egberto?
Just a hair off of halfway is good. That was the good news on this.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, think about it. So, we are just over 33% of the time limit, and we're at 50%. Hey, audience, you guys are great. If we can continue this, maybe Sandy will say, let's cut this baby short. Who knows?
Oh, we can always hope. Jack, what you got, man?
Well, good morning, Egberto. How are you?
I am doing fine, Senor Jack. How are you doing this morning, my friend?
I'm good, sir. Today's program cuts through the noise and names the pattern. A Kingwood activist confronts Texas leadership with hard data that dismantles anti-immigrant fear-mongering. Anand Giridharadas dissects the so-called Epstein class protected wealth and power across party lines. And a massive Trump banner displayed on the Justice Department building sparks justified outrage as critics warn of creeping authoritarianism symbolism. From grassroots courage to elite corruption, the through line is clear. Power protects itself unless people demand accountability. Man,
yes,
people, we got to hold them accountable, and I'm seeing it out there. There's more and more anti-immigrant protests, and it's just nice to see the people are not going to lay down and take this.
We're not going to take it. We're as mad as hell, and we're not going to take it anymore.
We are Americans, man. I mean, that's you try to do things that are un-American, you're going to get the American response, and that's what we have right now. The American response. I'm so proud of all of us. We're getting engaged. Sometimes we fall asleep, but when we wake up, man, we are unstoppable. When we wake up, we're unstoppable. When we get woke, we are unstoppable. I know that a lot of people don't like that word woke, but it simply means you're awakened. That's all it really means. Anything else you want to add, Jack or Howard?
No, I just want to say that the sustainer pledges are really the backbone of our fund drives.
They are our lifeblood.
I put the math to it, and it would if 12,000 people put in $5 a month, that would carry our current budget. Just
It,
12,000 people at five. Spreading it out amongst a lot of people, $5 a
yes.
person is what we want. If
You
you can
know,
do more, fine. I actually am a $25 a month sustainer.
Mm.
So, I mean, I believe in this radio station, and I put my money where my mouth is on it.
Yep, I'm a
I can
$50 a
attest to that.
month. I'm a $50 a month sustainer. So I wanted one of those bricks out in the garden out there in the front in Weinman Plaza. So I did a $50 a month. He doesn't like it when we call it that, but I don't care. It's
Well,
Weinman Plaza.
the Wyman Plaza. There you go, man. I like that. Hey, Sandy, just stick with the program, dude. Just stick with the program. They like it that way. They
We had
like
him
it that
turned
way.
off for a
Oh,
reason.
you had him turned off.
We got him turned up back on now.
Sandy, let me tell you, Sandy, if
Yeah,
folks are
well,
giving you the honor, take the damn thing, Sandy.
a
Or
plaza, huh? Okay.
yes,
It's almost as
yes.
good as a plaque to put on the wall, right?
Hey, there you go. There you
Folks,
go. You
the
know.
sustainer pledges that we're talking about, you can become a sustainer too. And I'm going to give out the phone number 713-526-5738. You hit option one, or go to kpft.org and click donate and sign up as a sustainer, $5 a month. And Jack is right, absolutely. 12,000 people doing $5 would carry KPFT without a fund drive.
There
That's
you
just,
go.
it's
That's
just so
marvelous.
easy it seems like that would be so easy to achieve. But folks, for those of you listening that haven't donated and probably you're saying to yourself, no, that's not for me. I'm not going to give them any money. Do us all a favor. Tell a couple of people about the fact that you listen to KPFT and let them decide whether it's worthwhile signing up. Not everybody can. Prices are ridiculous. $8 loaf of bread, $5 candy bar. Hey, we all feel it. We all know it. We all see it. And it becomes difficult to give to others when yourself needs consume your budget. We all understand it. A lot of us are living it. But for those of you with a spare change, hey. But if you can't do it, just tell a couple more people about KPFT. We get more listeners, more donors, and one day we'll get there. We'll start a fund drive and we'll announce on the first day we're at the goal. Thank you very
Yep.
much. Wouldn't
There
that
you
be
go.
sweet? Oh,
That would be
look,
great.
you've got someone to thank already there, Egberto. You're off your
Okay.
zero.
It hasn't. Oh, there it is. There it is. Hey, Mike. Mike, I am starting to love Mike even more. Thank you, Mike, brother. I appreciate you. Okay. I have. Well, let me give you a little bit of backstory. We go back some time. I love this guy. I've even given him a personal telephone call and said, "Hey, but he loves to give me a hard time in the chat. But he knows we love him. But he gives me a hard time in the chat. Thank you, Mike. Thank you very much. Appreciate you very much. So, and actually, you took us off of zero. So you are the starter today. Look, we're having a program. We're kind of BSing right now, but we
Hey,
have a
hey,
program for
Egberto,
you. Yes, sir.
Egberto.
Yes.
Yesterday you got a really substantial pledge from Miss Cheryl.
Yes, Cyril Elkins.
Yes.
She is our star out of Massachusetts. She is an activist that we work together. She brought us actually an interview. She connected me with an interview with the leader of, I can't remember the group that actually goes ahead and banner bridges around the country. That was a hell of an interview that I brought here as well. I was waiting for her to come onto the chat to really give her that kudos, but she's not here yet. When she comes onto
Well,
the chat, I'm going to do that.
well, tell her we love her.
Yeah. Oh, well, she's going to hear that. But anyway, thank you very much. Whenever Cheryl come, we'll give her. But let me salute people here. Lisa Blair, how you doing? Beautiful from Atlanta, Georgia. We have Branswicker, Julia Walker. Stuart Cohen says, far out. He was talking about, Sandy talking about we are close to being halfway there, $1,000 from halfway, $1,014 to be exact. Let me get exact with the numbers. Marnie says, good morning from Charleston, South Carolina. My favorite place at 7 a.m. here because he's on the East Coast. And you know what? He actually, I think, one of the ones that got us started yesterday, if I recall correctly, as well. Carol Frida, welcome. Para ver quién más tenemos aquí. We also have Student Nelson, Preston J. El Spectre, do you lie? Brother is here. Wanted to get you started. Appreciate, and I do appreciate that, sir. Jane B. in North Carolina, the book club lady that really we had fun. M. Hope, welcome aboard as well. Lee the Bearcat from Austin, Texas. One of my favorite MAGAs in the house. He's very respectful. He doesn't act the part at all that he doesn't act the stereotypical part. You know, we love you too, Lee the Bearcat. Anyway, folks, let's get started. I want to start this way, and when I'm going to say this, I'm going to tell you guys this. Remember, my daughter is a devoted member of the Luke Baptist Church, and my wife is also a deacon out there. So I by definition, I must respect religion. But there's one thing that I've always had a problem with, right? You go to church, and especially in these evangelical churches, but even in my wife's pretty liberal Baptist church, you'll hear them talk about God wants to be adored and praise on to the God and all that kind of stuff, right? And I listen to all of us here. If you listen to us talk around here, none of us really want folks to be praise on being to Howard, blessed be unto Howard. Howard, we all love you, Howard. Be great unto Howard, all that good stuff. Howard not looking for that. Howard is looking for thank you. I do damn good work here at K50. Thank you very much. And it's done, right? But for that person that has to be, oh, blessed be unto thee. Oh, thank you for giving me out all that you've done. And that part, as I grew up, always irked me about what preachers do to religion, because I think they make God look weak. That's my opinion. I respect those who differ, but that's my opinion. That these praising and all of that, to me, make the man look weak. And that is because it's like this guy or person, because we can't give God a gender, or this entity that created the world, right? Knows it all, created it all, created humanity, created animals, created mountains, created everything, right? How the universe got created, a big bang, something is there. And I believe that. I believe there is some magic out there. But you sit down and you wonder, why would this thing that is so powerful, all knowing, etc., need to be stroked continuously? Oh, praises be unto thee, love you thee, oh God, I think it makes you look weak. And that's why I always thought those people who write that, wherever that comes into the good book, they were simply working on what should be called human emotions, right? A man can get jealous. A woman can get jealous. You know why we get jealous? We get jealous because we are insecure. We get jealous because that's a feeling of insecurity. When I get jealous of something, it's because I'm insecure about something, right? I'm insecure that makes me that somehow diminishes me. But as you grow up and as you're more assertive in yourself, as you know who you are, etc., you find that jealousy and all these things kind of go away. Now, where am I going with this little soliloquy? Yesterday, a banner was released with Donald Trump over the not the State Department, the Justice Department. And, people are going crazy, justifiably so. This weak man needs to have His face stuck everywhere. Look at me, praise be unto me. According to Common Dreams, an abomination, enormous dictatorship style banner with Trump face on side of Justice Department decried. It's an incredible affront to our democracy to display the president's face on one of the most sacred U.S. judicial buildings. Critics react with outrage on Thursday after a large banner featuring President Donald Trump's face was hung on the outside of the U.S. Department of Justice. Why? ¿Por qué diablos necesitamos eso? Why do we need that? The banner shows a large blue banner, or rather, the banner shows a large blue banner draped from the side of the department headquarters in Washington, D.C., with the slogan, Make America Safe Again, written across the bottom. This guy acts like a child, and we run with it. He acts like a child. What he's doing in Iran right now, he acts like a child. And that grown people tolerate this. One person. I'm going to play a piece of about Epstein in a little bit, but one person we allow to put the whole 330 million Americans in danger because he's a child. Because he is a child, a jealous child with a humongous insecurity problem. With an humongous insecurity problem. Although the Trump administration in the past has hung up banners with the president's face on other federal buildings, including the U.S. Department of Labor, many critics were particularly alarmed by a banner going up at the DOJ, given how the department has been pursuing criminal prosecution against its political enemies, including New York Attorney General Letitia James and former FBI Director James Comey. This is a stunning confirmation of the grim reality, wrote MS Now Justice and Intelligence correspondent Ken Dillanian, which is that Donald Trump has seized control of the once independent Justice Department and is using it to pursue his political objectives, including trying to punish his perceived enemies. Senator Ben Ray Lujan marveled, that's a Democrat from New Mexico, at the irony of a twice impeached convicted felon putting his own picture on the wall of the Department of Justice while adding that President Trump is weaponizing the DOJ as his personal law firm. Why am I even talking about this story? Why? Let me tell you why. We need to show the progressive delirium of this guy, right? Wanting these praises, wanting all these things, and how it actually affects us. Because this affects us. Bruce is on line number 1. Come on in, Bruce.
Hello, can you hear me?
Good. Yes, sir.
Hello. Yeah, first, I never thought I'd say this, but I'm proud of King Charles. Trump was worried about his friends getting hurt, and King Charles, his own blood brother, he stripped of title and said, put him in the system, let the system work. So I'm proud of that. And then I got 2 quick things. First, the artist Prince, his estate is probably going to want to go to court and change his name back to the artist formerly known as Prince. Second, we got to be careful how we teach our kids fairy tales. We don't want little girls terrified of frogs that they might turn into princes. I'm done.
I was waiting for the second part of it, right? Uju said, same Egberto, maybe it's because I grew up as religious and Catholic as it gets. I am very skeptical of people who are outwardly boasting about their faith because even Jesus said they are putting on a show because of their insecurities. It's amazing because, in Texas, some schools are demanding that the 10 Commandments be displayed. And I think our legislature has opened the door to make that a possibility, but schools can push back. And I think most of the Houston schools have pushed back on that. Now that said, again, Uju, it shows such insecurities. You're just so darn right. Adam says, I have one every day that sends me pictures for daily verses from his Bible as he switches between his Cadillac and Beamer, while donning suits that make him look like he's a fashion competition with John Gotti. Used to irritate me no longer, but it certainly ain't selling God to me. No, it's not. And that's what folks don't get. Morris say, I love when Egberto speaks Spanish, even if I only understand a few words. That's that. I, I let me tell you, we have a lot of Latino listeners as well. And actually, there's a guy that comes out to my house, and he said, "Yeah, but you're only doing it in English." I told him the other day, "Hey, but listen, every so often you hear me pump out a few Spanish words. So come on, listen to the program, man. Listen to the program." Told him that in Spanish, of course. All right, Catherine Hill says, "Good morning, all separation of church and state." Absolutely so. And Jacqueline Campisi from Katy, Texas. Hey, beautiful. I haven't seen you in a while. She is La Profesora. We have a professor in each chat. Well, LBW isn't here yet, but we have a profesora in each chat. And you guys know how much I love teachers because all of you, and I will keep, some of you get tired of me saying it. I'll keep saying it because we haven't given these folks the respect that they've earned and the respect that they deserve. Yes, I'm a groupie for teachers, all right? I'm a groupie for teachers. Period. Punto y final. A groupie for teachers. Anyway, um let me I mean not Jack, Sandy says he's back. I'm going to play a video, but I want to go to Sandy first because so far Michael is the only person, and if brother Mike wait, Michael says this entire Iran operation and release of classified UFO files is a distraction from the thousands of times that IMP devil, Imperial devil, is listed in the Trump files. You're right about that. But they listen, Michael, they blocked all the darn thing out. So even if they release the files, it's not there. Guess who just entered the chat? So I'm Jack. Are you close to the mic? Because I would like you to salute our beautiful Cheryl Elkins the way you did earlier. She just joined the chat.
Okay, he was answering the phone here. Jack, come on over to the mic.
Yeah,
Cheryl Elkins is in the chat.
Cheryl Elkins is in the chat.
Hello, Miss Cheryl. We love you down here at KPFT for your donation. We don't love you for much else, but we love you for that.
Hey,
that is not true.
That is not true. No, that was great. It really warmed my heart when I saw that because you are a true contributor and you believe in KPFT, and we're very grateful.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, that was funny, but that was a good one though, Jack. Hey, but no, I do want to tell Cheryl now from the depths of my heart. You're a hero in activism, and you're a hero in supporting in supporting what we're doing here. All of you that have supported us, but some of us come above and beyond, and we'd like to thank you. And I wanted Jack to thank you because Jack called me up and said, "You have a great person in Cheryl." When he called yesterday, and I said, "You know what? You need to tell her that, Jack." And so thank you, Jack. Anyway, let's go to Sandy, and then we'll pick up on the phones. Okay, come on in, Sandy.
Thank you, Egberto. Again, good morning, everybody. Today is National Hoodie Hoo Day, and KPFT as a hoodie is a thank you gift. $15 a month or $180 one-time pledge will let you rock a piece of apparel that you will more than likely enjoy a lot. It's one of my favorite pieces of clothing around the house, almost better than socks on a cold day. You can wear this down to the beach. You can wear it around on a chilly morning, maybe like this morning, and represent KPFT. So KPFT hoodie on Hoodie Hoo Day is available. We have Michael to thank. We have a $500 goal, and we have $475 to fill in between. We're looking for your call at 713-526-5738. Option 1 to donate, option 2 to get on the line here with Egberto, or kpft.org. And folks, we also have a birthday party on March 29th. And the crawfish, well, they'll be boiled. Then all you can eat We have a professional crawfish cooker coming out. It's supposed to be really good too. The gent owns a restaurant that's been around for a while that I can personally say I've eaten at, and mighty tasty. Went back more than once, should tell you something. And with that, March 29th, you can come and join us for a $75 donation for a single ticket. A pair of tickets, $130. And remember, what you're doing is you're supporting KPFT as well as showing the world that you can pinch and peel better than anybody else. 713-526-5738. And for a $100 donation, you can get that vintage KPFT t-shirt. It's not long sleeved, so if you're eating the crawfish, use a napkin. There's no sleeve to wipe your mouth on. Kind of unfortunate, but that's the way it goes. Besides, you want to keep that shirt looking good. This shirt has a picture of the galaxy on it and a little arrow pointing to where you are. You are here is what it says. And the tagline on the shirt, the reason for radio, Pacifica. The reason for radio at 6 in the morning every morning is Egberto. He gets up, he does his show as a volunteer. He's passionate about it. You hear that coming through the microphone and into your ears, which is likely why you tune in. And folks, it needs support, and we should honor Egberto's efforts. And I too want to say thanks to Cheryl and everybody else that has donated. 528 total donations this drive, including a passel of sustainers to get started. So we're doing well. But if we haven't heard from you, it's your turn. 713-526-5738, option 1. Come on now, let's get to the goal, and let's make sure that KPFT moves on into the future. How valuable is it to have this community radio station? You decide. Egberto.
Thank you so kindly, Sandy. Above and beyond, Cheryl in the chat, there's so many donors I see in the chat. We've got LBW, we've got Uju M, we've got Jane from North Carolina, we've got Marnie. And if I forget you, just say, Egberto, I gave you. How dare you miss me? Do you lie in there? I mean, if I miss you, forgive me. It's not on purpose. But so many in here, and that's the great thing when we create that sort of a what is that word that I want to use? A family of support, and that's what we got here in this chat, a family of support. And yes, Miss Elkins, I would love for you to arrange that Zoom coffee chat for your wonderful donation. Just announce it in the web however you want. Drop me or give me a call and say, hey, what day do you want, or what day what day you can do it. I'll make sure to Adam W. Sorry, I didn't mention you before, Adam, but you are a supporter as well. Again, and if I forgive, just throw your name in there. I mean, I want to call people out. So Cheryl, just tell me when, and we will do it. Beautiful. Just tell me when, and we will do it. And by the way, I was on a Zoom with Cheryl and her group. This woman, an active woman. She is in a group that I went in. They get together and talk politics on Zoom. This is the kind of activism that we need to be talking about. Okay, I see Moses on the line. I went ahead and dipped my toe into religion a bit. I hope Moses doesn't slap me around too hard. Come on in, Moses.
Good morning, brother.
Good morning, sister. How you doing?
Bien, muy bien. Now.
You notice? Hey, I kind of try to soften the path at which you come to me. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, now let me say, for America, for the world, today we stand multitudes in the valley of decision to choose to correct the mistakes that we have recently made, not our fathers, the mistakes that we have made in the beginning of this 21st century. America, why should you be hit anymore? Why should you be slapped down anymore? You continue to revolt. You saw January 6th, you saw all of that. and you went back and backslided into the depths of hell. What will it take to make you understand your continuous hatred against your brother, that continuous racial prejudice, greed, violence is like a saw in your heart? What will you take? Will it take to make you understand? You need to turn and find the guts to say, we have sinned, we have done this evil in your sight. Turn us and we shall be turned. Multitudes in the valley of decision. America, you have come again to make that decision. Don't trip on yourself, because as those with the Bible in their hands, as the Lord has said, this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of God, who says to those who warn them, don't tell us about your God. And then they go and they fall back into the same dust bowl as their fathers fell. They fall into the same pandemic, into all of the punishments that have been put on America and on the world. And then we come back. We say, forgive us. We pray. We go to the church. We pray and we pray. And after we finish pray, our prayers and our thoughts are with you. And after we finish, a few days later, we go back like a pig in the mud. America, multitudes in the valley of decision. Think and make the decision to stand up for righteousness in America. That's all I've got to say.
Well, thank you, Moses. And I think that was inspirational. Actually, Sandra says, this woman is awesome, out of the chat. Thank you very much for that. And, let me tell you, not using religious terms, I will just say one thing. We need to look at the reasons we do certain things. And the part that I really like of what you had to say is, let's not let our prejudice make us make bad decisions. Thank you, Moses. Have a wonderful
Thank
rest of your
you.
days.
Have a
You
good
have
day.
you
Be
too,
blessed.
beautiful. Take care now. Let's go to brother Jimmy, my 90-something-year-old brother from another mother. Talk to me, Jimmy.
Good morning, Egberto. I want to talk in praise of commercials that support TV and radio. Last night I was watching TV. There was commercials for Texas Children's Hospital, for Kroger, for several automobile companies. These commercials bring us the Winter Olympics from Italy. They bring us the news. And I just think that there's no reason for KPFT not to have commercials also. You could have 10 minutes of commercials every hour. That gives you 50 minutes of talk, 10 minutes of commercials. And I think they're wonderful. They're supporting our television and our radio and so forth. And why not let KPFT have commercials too? Commercials are not bad. They're good. They're supporting our economy. They're bringing us the news. And I love the way the commercials support ABC, NBC, CBS. They're all supported by commercials. I love commercials. There's nothing wrong with commercials.
All
Let's
right,
have a
Jimmy,
discussion about that.
Jimmy, why did you open that darn door, Jimmy? Let me tell you, actually, I have an answer for that, and it's the following, right? Look, I don't have a problem with commercials on commercial TV at all. But the idea here with not having commercials on KPFT, etc., it's because we as a station do not want to have. Look, when you have commercials on the TV, there are certain loyalties that you have to keep. In other words, if you have commercials for Viagra, you can't go out and start talking about how bad certain things are. It limits what you talk about for fear that that particular company no longer advertise on your program. When you have yourself supported by the masses, no one person holds an advantage. You're free to say whatever you want to say. You're free to do whatever you want to do. Well, we are limited by the FCC, of course. That's why the program at 6 is different than the program at 3. But again, you have we have more control of the things that we can tell the people because we don't have a Zoom is choppy. Okay, I hear you. I don't think it's on my
Well, I would
side
like to
because
just disagree with that. I think you could have commercials and people could still have freedom of speech. They could criticize Viagra or whatever. They could still say what they want to say about the sponsors.
yeah,
That would
I
be
know.
perfectly
What I'm saying,
okay.
no, what I'm saying though, Jimmy, is that yeah, you can still say something bad about the sponsor, understanding that you're at risk of losing that sponsor. That's what we're talking about. But anyhow,
That's true.
but thank you, my brother.
Anyway, and I
As
think KPFT commercial, consider having commercials. You do have commercials now, except they are just fundraisers. That is also a form of commercial.
yes, I hear you. I hear you, Jimmy. I tell you what, I got to play a video, but thank you so kindly, my brother. We'll talk a little later. All right.
Sure. I'm glad I brought up the topic, and I hope to hear more people's comments about that.
All right, no problem, Jimmy. You know, you can call here and say anything and the reason why is because ta 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 ta. Anyway, let me play the video, guys, and then we'll go to Sandy one more time. But let me get the video in first. I promised that before. We got to get some. This is an important concept. And by the way, do you lie? You're gonna like this one. Let's go ahead and get busy. First of all, I want to say this: Donald Trump is all over those redactions in the Epstein files. We know that there is likely quite a that this guy has done. While it is easy to simply blame the Trump administration for not releasing all these documents, we cannot, we should not, we must not give Clinton, Bush, Obama, Biden a break for not having their department release these documents. These women were abused. These women were taken advantage of for decades, 30 years or so, I believe it is. Or why did these presidents go ahead and get done what needed to be done to expose these pedophiles and these men that were nothing more than dependent on Epstein for some sort of prostitution? Why not? And it's because they're powerful, because it is known as the Epstein class. And let's listen to what Anand Giridharadas has to say, because he was so concise in what the problem is. Check this out, then we'll take it on the other side.
You know, Joe, if I think about my 21 years as a journalist, I don't know that I have encountered a story, a grip on the public imagination that is so outraging people in so many different countries around the world at the same time, as you know, that is saturating the governing classes, ruling classes in so many different places. And I think it's for the reasons you outlined. But just to say, you know, we keep chasing each of the micro stories, right? So yesterday, it's a question of how do you build an entire fortune from managing and mismanaging. That's one day's story. And then you saw we have the arrest of Prince Andrew and the question of how does the brother of the King of England do this?
Anand, hold on a second. It's not one day story because the press isn't even focusing on what this billionaire, this guy that gave the Republican National Committee, this guy who gave $100,000 who voted to suppress these files, they're not even like underlining his statement. I was a con man. I was conned by a con man. Come on, man. Nobody believes that. The richest guy in Ohio, this billionaire that built vast fortunes is being conned. No, he wasn't. Yet the media, man, they're not even really underlining this fact that Republicans just didn't show up.
Yeah, I'm not minimizing that. And then you look at the brother of the King of England, and you showed a powerful clip when he's asked, does he regret his friendship with a convicted pedophile now? There's no why, the access to the network. Then you have Pam Bondi, who you showed, saying the stock market performance is an alibi for the trafficking of women. Each of these is its own story. What I have been consumed by. And what we're launching today at my newsletter, The Ink, is a series looking at this network as a whole. Because I actually, as the actions of this one person, this one person, this one person, I think you're right, Republicans and Republicans. This touches Democrats. This touches political parties around the world. There is a problem of an Epstein class, as we are titling the series, in which the kind of ethic you see in all three of those instances. Don't call this out because the stock market's good. Don't call this out because I met some interesting people. Don't call this out because I'm a billionaire and I deserve to not have to answer questions to the plebs. These are all different expressions, news stories on a given day that illustrate not just how one man was able to commit gross crimes against women and girls, how he was able to bring other people into committing those crimes. But I believe they illustrate a power structure that also explains the subtler but more chronic, the indifference to pain and suffering sometimes takes the form of these really, really heinous crimes. But if you are lucky enough not to be involved with those crimes, you still experience that indifference from the kinds of people we've been showing in those clips in every phase of your life. Your healthcare reflects that indifference. The way the economy works for you or doesn't work for you reflects that indifference. The fact that you're now being told AI is going to wipe AI, this thing we don't even have to do. It's optional. It's going to just wipe out your opportunity. This indifference is up and down our system, and any silver lining in the utterly grim, bleak criminal enterprise that was the Epstein circle. It is that I think people around the world I have ever seen about who is in charge of their societies. I think people out on the street are clearer than they've ever been. That we have all been tricked into bickering and thinking our neighbor down the street from us is our problem, when in fact there is a powerful Epstein class, left, right, radical, in business, in philanthropy, in academia, whatever, who are united by a solidarity to other people like them who are not loyal to the places they actually live in and who are the thing standing between you and the life you deserve.
And that is the issue, the Epstein class, a class of people, we peons, we sit down and worry about party and conservative and liberal and progressive and all these issues. Yeah, they're imperative that we talk about progressive issues and what we need to do. But you know what? There's this class of people that just do whatever they want to, and whether something is progressive or they don't give a damn about that. They just care about power to do whatever they want to do. And that is the class that Anand Giridharadas is talking about. Look, we have from a moderate guy like Bill Gates to a crazy guy like Bannon to a nutcase like Musk. All these wealthy people somehow involved with Epstein and in that lifestyle. And somehow, I want you guys to think about it. They always talk about if you want something to leak into the government, and it'll leak. But somehow, for 40 years, this Epstein thing didn't leak. That's what power is all about. And it's now that we had a ultra conservative congressman and a liberal congressman, and didn't cave as they force the issue to protect these women. The Epstein class is the thing, guys. The wealthy class. And that is what we have to fight. I was mentioning earlier to my 3:00 group, I said, I just want to show you how powerful this is. Please point to me. Go to the DNC and watch the billionaires who are on stage. Please point to me the one that has really attacked Donald Trump, and you'll find none of them did. They may attack him in the edges, but they all stay together. They all protect each other's interests, which is not yours. Hey, I want to give Adam W. Adam W. just said in the chat, "Hey, Egbert, I've given before," and then he just goes ahead and give it. Thank you, Adam. Thank you. You're wonderful for that contribution. Folks, we're about $400 short. Hey, you know how we could get that real quickly? Coffee with Egberto. I'll drive around Harris County to go with you. $250, $250. And again, all of this goes to KPFT, folks. Doesn't come to me, goes to KPFT. Doesn't go to Sandy either. Well, just a little bit go to Sandy, but it goes to keep KPFT alive. Also, remember there's a Politics Done Right t-shirt that I think it was Robin who designed it with the O having the KPFT in it. Beautiful. Uh, Consider getting that t-shirt as well. That's $100 contribution. And look, the crawfish boil, a $75 contribution, or 130 for a pair. Look, there's a lot of ways we try to give a little something for you helping KPFT. We're $400 short. I know we can make that up. Yesterday we were short, and our beautiful Elkins closed that deal for us. We can actually do it. Well, more than close the deal. We can actually do it. Give us a call, 713-526-5738, extension number 1. Please remember to say that this is, in fact, for Politics Done Right. Yeah, I did mention Adam Howard, Adam W., and he's in the chat as well. Thank you for that, Howard. So anyhow, so again, call 713-526-5738. I want to give a big thank you as well to Derek, who is new, just gave us a contribution. We are now about $380 out. We can actually do this. You know why? Because we work together to make sure and get the information out. Let me pass it on to El Señor Sandy, and then we'll come right back.
Thank you,
Sandy?
Egberto. And thanks to everybody that's listening this morning. Thanks to Derek, Adam, and Michael for getting us started on this Friday morning here. Day number 9 of our fund drive, folks. And little by little, we're closing in on our $500 goal, but we have more work to do to make up the gap. I'm hopeful that you'll dial 713-526-5738. Hit option 1, make a donation, call back, hit option 2, and join in this lively dialogue with Egberto. And lots to discuss in terms of morality. I love the fact that Trump was holding up a Bible, I think, during his first term at some point, upside down, albeit the pop-up version, as I understood it, the pop-up book, Bible. But, it's just unbelievable. This guy says white, and you can say, oh, no, he means black. Absolute liar. And it's becoming even more apparent when you watch him when he's lying. His speech speeds up, and of course, he's exonerated. Yeah, he's cleared. He can talk about it. Folks, we need the station to have these discussions. Other media sources will not do this. Why won't they do this? Well, they have those commercial sponsors. And to that person thinking that we could become a commercial station, we can't. We're licensed as a commercial-free 501c3 broadcast entity. This aligns with those with the religious broadcast, university broadcast, etc. That's where KPFT is, and that's why we're at the in a frequency that's sanctioned by the FCC for such stations. So no, we're not commercials. We don't have them. We do take underwriting for those of you with businesses, which is our form of getting funding outside of these fund drives. And you can contact Robin Lewis, Robin at KPFT, or look at our website, and there's a tab where you can become a station sponsor. But for right now, it's National Handcuff Day, and we don't want to be in handcuffs here. We want to be free to broadcast. So, folks, please do join in, and let's get to the goal here this morning, if we can do it together collectively on this Friday. And Egberto, I think you're 8 for 8. This is day number 9. I don't think you've missed a goal yet. So Let's keep it alive. Back to you, man. Thanks for what you do.
Thank you very much, Sandy. Folks, we are $380 away. Anybody wants to go have some coffee? I'll drive out there, $250. Hey, but you know what? If five of you do, let me make sure I got my math right. Actually, I need about seven of you to do $5 a month, or three of you, three and a half of you to do the $10 a month. And think about it. You are going to go to your coffee shop so many times this week. So many times this week, you're going to go to the coffee shop and likely spend $7, $8. Can you give us of that $5 a month or $10 a month? Look, I am a $10 a month sustainer here. And, Jack just said he's a $25 a month. Howard said he's a $50 a month. God knows what Sandy is. It's probably quite a bit. After all, he's a station manager, so and he has Sandy Plaza, Wyman Plaza. But anyhow, look, if you could do $10 a month. By the way, I'm giving $10 a month because again, as an activist, I have to support a whole lot of these rags. Okay, so it's a good thing. It's a good thing. So please consider your sustainer. If you can't do sustainer, you don't want to do sustainer, just give whatever you can. 713-526-5738 to donate, or go to kpft.org, select the donate button. Go ahead and hey Sandy, Stadion says Sandy gives blood. Just about that, man, because yes, anything happened, it's on his head. Cheryl says, I cannot stress how important these small crowdsourcing donations are. And that is the magic right there, Cheryl. Crowdsourcing these donations. So, and again, nobody is here ripping you off like what the commercial stations are. Well, I shouldn't just put it that way, but nobody's here profiting for those who don't do with your contribution here. Your thing actually goes to work. And the thing about it is, you can actually see the work. When we build a transmitter, you see it. When we get a generator that you purchased, you see it. The station is open for anybody to go by, drop by, talk. We even have rooms where for people who have projects can do. Look, it's all there. Your support, your support. Nothing that anybody else can tell us but you. So give us a call, 713-526-5738, extension 1, or kpft.org. Have one favor. Please make sure to say it's for politics done right so that Sandy can note it appropriately in the right place. As Sandy said, I haven't yet missed my goal. Please don't let it be on a Friday today. I know we can make the goal. And again, it's not my goal. It is our goal. It is really our goal. Remember what I say about it's not I. It is us, we. Let's go to Augie. Augie, line 1. If you don't mind, go ahead. Come on in, Augie.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, when Howard said it was a good day, and he said National Pie Day, that sounded good to me. Man,
me too.
and you were, yeah, and when you said it, we all need to be woke. That's right. We need to be awake, aware to know what's going on, and we actually got to go do something. The reason Trump is in office is because a whole lot of people decided not to do anything. Mm-hmm. So, and that's what happened with Hitler. Groups didn't think anything about Hitler because he wasn't doing anything against them, they thought, until he actually did something against them. And I know people Hispanics that voted for Trump, and they thought he wouldn't do anything against them until he did something against them that voted for him, or a family member that voted for him. How do you know a volunteer whose family is all upset because one of their family members got picked up by ICE?
Exactly. Let me interrupt a second, Augie. Let me interrupt a quick second, Augie, because somebody tried to call the 3 o'clock number. It's my bad. I had the wrong number on the screen. The number is 713-526-5738 in the mornings. I'm so sorry about that. By the way, before you continue, Augie, we had Christina. I need to give a big thank you to Cindy and Richard. Thank you so kindly. We are now, help me with the math, Sandy. I think we're now $250 away. We are a coffee with Egberto away, $250 away.
That's
and
right.
Here's the deal. I'm gonna turn you into an advertising, Augie, because of what Jimmy said. I'm gonna turn you into an advertising. Brother, did we have a good time when we went out on a coffee for Egberto, Augie? You and I went and had that good Mexican breakfast.
That's right. And remember, we got to be there again after 10 o'clock. That's when the tamarind supplier comes in.
Yes, you remember that? I listen.
Yeah,
There's this kind
yeah.
of a drink called tamarind. Okay, it's sort of a Latinos drink that stuff a lot. Jugo de tamarindo or jugo de what's the other one? Sour sap. What is sour sap in Spanish again? I forgot the name now. So I'm out there. I'm wanting my juice, man. The owner came and sat down for a little bit, and he said, it comes in at 10. Well, couldn't wait at 10. I had to go home and prepare for the 3 o'clock show. But anyway, so somebody can do that, right? Uh, anyway, Augie, close up for me so I can move on.
Yeah, and they're talking about the Christians. Well, in the New Testament, they warn you about that. They warn you about shepherds who mislead their flock. And there's plenty of these shepherds out there pushing the Bible that are misleading their groups. A lot of Republicans are talking about they're against Muslim Sharia law. Well, but they don't say anything about Christian Sharia law. That never comes up. And so we got to get out there and vote. Nobody can just stand back and idly by and let this happen.
Augie, thank you for saying that, because I need to remind Texans we are in early. You guys always remind me about what I forget to say. We are in early voting here in Texas, folks. Go out there and vote. Right now, guess what, Augie? The numbers are outstanding so far. We are voting much higher rates right now. And believe it or not, the progressive side is voting in even higher rates. So things are looking good. But Augie, I got to go to Derek and Richard, and I don't have a lot of time. So let's talk tomorrow, okay? Thank you,
That's
brother.
right.
All right, let's go to Derek. Come on in, Derek.
Hey, how you doing, Roberto? I gave twice. I just want to say
brother.
real
Appreciate
quick,
you,
brother. Yes, sir. I want to say real quick. Epstein Island will prove to be a modern day Ellis Island for every hateful and unclean bird. They flock to that island, and as you were saying about the higher class, the upper class who could afford that, they're all guilty, Alberto, and that's the reason why they're not going to push that thing out there. Unfortunately, you also got mixed up in there religious sabbaticalists.
Yes.
You're going to find out that Islam, Christianity, and Judaism is there. So every time the term Jew, just watch out for it. We saw it earlier with what's her name, Pam Bundy. The minute something was mentioned towards the Jewish people, what's first thing she said? Anti-Semitism. You can't hide behind that label now. You're all being exposed. Thank you, brother.
Every religion. Thank you, Derek. Let's go to Richard. Come on in, Richard.
Yeah, I just got off the phone with the lady taking credit cards for the tickets. I just bought 2 tickets, and she asked me if I had any comments that I would like to air. And I said, yeah, tell them, hey, Trump chumps, how's that small government working for you now? And she says, oh, no, we can't put that out there. And I said, well, look, they know me. They know them my modus operandi. So just fine. I'll just call them and tell them that. So that's what I'm doing. Hey,
well,
chump,
Richard.
Hey, Trump chump.
Richard, I see you in there from New Waverly. Thank you very much for that, Richard. I see your contribution. So that's when I said we're 250 away. Thank you so kindly for your contribution, Richard. And we got to meet sometime again out there in Montgomery County. Laura is doing well. Let's bring Laura over the top. All right. All right. I guess we cut Richard, or Richard got cut, or whatever. All right, folks, we are at 59. I think I am 250 away. Who is going to make up that difference? Remember, coffee with Egberto, or we can get 3 people doing the $10 a month, or let's get 6 people doing $5 a month. You remember what Cheryl said? Crowdsourcing contributions. That's what it's all about. So come on, let's do it. 713-526-5738, extension number 1 to contribute, or go to kpft.org and contribute there after you hit the donate button. Please remember to select Politics Done Right, especially now since we're coming close to the end. Marnie says, I gave $25 last week and then came back and gave Sig. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold up. I know. Let me throw to Sandy because I think we're going to 7:05. By the way, this is KPFT Houston. Sandy?
We've got a few more minutes, Egberto. You are correct. I think we had a little premature ending music there. Hey, folks, we're just a little bit away here, and it would be great to make this goal. I know that some folks don't like these fund drives, but we must do this. We aren't a commercial station. We don't have any commercial revenue coming in. You don't hear about the latest drug with some side effects like death. It sounds pretty good. Give me that pill. You don't hear that on KPFT. We're not telling you how white your shirt can be or that you don't smoke the right cigarettes, as Mick Jagger put it. We don't go through that. We have you, the public, to support the media, the community, to support KPFT. We're going to be 56 years old in just a week and a half here, and it's mind-boggling. Stop and think. No commercials, very little in the way of grant money. There's some underwriting, but think, almost 56 years of public support for this little radio station in the heart of Houston. We broadcast from the Museum District down on Caroline Street. And it's just a miracle that we're there and through so much. We've survived bombings. We've survived a moldy building with a crumbling foundation. We've survived so much. And so many voices have been able to come on our airwaves and inform you and delight you and entertain you and teach you about things you might not know, to open up your eyes, to open up a dialogue with your friends and neighbors. How valuable is that? To me, it's infinitely valuable to have a resources like this, which is why I'm here. And I'm pretty sure it's why everybody else that's volunteering is there too. They believe that, without KPFT, Houston is not as good a city. No community is without a community broadcast entity. And they're coming for us, and they're coming for all of everybody else with that tag, community broadcast. The hardest thing for a dictator to do is to control the narrative. And that's where we have the advantage here. We create the narrative. We are the narrative collectively. To keep it going, we need funding. And we are $250 shy right now. It's a pretty large gap, but two of you doing $10 a month will get us right up to the finish line. $10 a month. I mean, really, what are you paying for Hulu, and what are you paying for Paramount, and what are you paying for your basic cable TV subscription? If it's $150 a month, well, golly jeepers, add it up. It's a lot of money at the end of the year. We don't want anything like that. Just $5 a month or $10 a month, whatever it is that you can spare, throw it our way so that we can continue. We can bring this into the future. Every fund drive is where we walk the tightrope. Every single one, including this one. So come on now. Let's keep Egberto whole. Let's keep this winning streak alive on this program. Let's not fail on Friday. 713-526-5738 or kpft.org and click donate. Egberto.
Thank you so kindly, Sandy. So yes, folks, at this time we're going off the program in about 2.5 minutes or so. So please either call now, and when you call, make sure to tell them that it is, in fact, for Politics Done Right. That's 713-526-5738. As soon as we get off the program, you can go call, let them know it's for Politics Done Right, so it is accounted appropriately. Also, you can go to kpft.org, kpft.org. Hit that donate button. When you hit that donate button, remember to select Politics Done Right as the program you are supporting. You can do that as soon as we get off the show. I know some people don't want to give until the show is over, so that's the way to do it, my dear brothers and sisters. Anyway, love you all. My name is Egberto Willies. This is Politics Done Right. And you guys know how I end this baby. I am what? Out!
We now join Democracy Now! In progress on KPFT Houston.